Hello everyone, and welcome to another Monster Hunter World stream. This time we're going to be fighting Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth on our part 2 of our Kulve Taroth budget builds. Thank you for joining everyone. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Gathering Hub. Alright, Gathering Hub. I was playing some Dauntless yesterday night. Just getting roasted on that, man. I don't know, I've played a lot of Monster Hunter World. I just think it's a better game. And I guess after playing that for a few hours last night, I'm going to play a few hours of this here, and my brain's really going to be able to feel the strong difference between them. Alright, I do have to say one thing though. I think players are a little tired of the Monster Hunter content. A lot of players have put in a lot of time already. There's new people picking up the game still, I'm sure, but there's a lot of people who have been playing it for a long time, so they don't mind having something else to do. So today, what are we going to be covering? We're going to have the heavy bowgun, the light bowgun, the sword and shield, and the longsword. Oops, looks like I didn't save from last time. Let's go ahead and pick these up. We already know that these aren't going to give me anything nice. I've done a lot of Kulve Taroth sieges and really have not gotten a new weapon in a very long time. I have to say, in terms of our RNG, this is extremely stingy RNG. Just double checking, yeah. Sell all of these. Alright, and we are ready to get going. So, budget build, right? This is my light bowgun budget build. The bowgun that you see on... Well, you know what? We'll talk about the budget build after we get a Pursuit 1 done, right? Hold on. We'll do this in a minute. So we're going to jump over to the Forager Build. I'll show off the Forager Build for just a second. Go ahead and screenshot this if you don't have this build. Here you go. So basically it's for gathering items, right? We're going to be gathering Kulve Taroth tracks from Pursuit 1. Everyone in the lobby is required to do this. We're going to be gathering tracks, and then after we're done with one round of that, we're going to attack Kulve Taroth. So we're going to begin the siege. Try to get this stream done very efficiently today. A lot I want to get done. Go ahead and eat a meal. We're going to eat a meal so that we can get our stamina up. How's it going, everyone? Good player asks, hey Gameconomist, do you have a good longsword build for Ancient Leshen? Yes, I do, in fact. I don't have a particular video for it though. If you go through one of my live streams, you might find it. I think in my live streams I want to spend more time showing what weapon is going to be in that video and then sticking to that so that when people go back to maybe check out my live streams, you can see from the thumbnail that I'm using a longsword in that particular live stream. And if you want the build from that live stream, you can jump into that and you can go find wherever it was I was using it. You can go look up the actual build. How's it going, Hydro? Thanks for joining. You always stream Xbox when I'm at work. That sucks. Ivan says, wow, is this Dauntless 2? That's right, this is Dauntless 2. Big upgrade, everyone. Now I give the game a 10 out of a 10. Oh man, I was getting so much heat yesterday from players that didn't like that I was giving Dauntless a bad grade. I gave Dauntless a pretty bad grade. Wasn't really that impressed with it. Because it's not Monster Hunter.
There it is.
Oh, here we go.
Blast.
That's not what I want to do.
Me
Are you going to do another Monster Hunter live stream tomorrow? Yes, I am, Miggy. So I'll be doing a live stream pretty much every single day, unless some serious issue comes up that stops me from doing a live stream. I'm trying to do a consistent live stream on my channel every day, and particularly of Monster Hunter. And that's because I want to come play with you guys. How's it going, Not David? Oops, we forgot to empty our items. That's okay. We'll remember it for next time.
You can do this.
Where's Kulve? There she is. So we'll start gathering tracks instead.
I'm ready.
Dauntless, Dauntless, Dauntless is all anyone talked up to me about. Yesterday when I was doing my Monster Hunter live stream, everybody's like, have you done Dauntless? Right? And I'm like, I had played it the night before then, and I thought it was really, really bad. And so I played it again yesterday night, and it was, you know, when you get to the tougher monsters, at least it feels more difficult, so that's a good feeling, but everything else in the game was the same. Sacker says, I think the question was if it was going to be a Monster Hunter World stream or a Dauntless insert game name here stream. It'll be a Monster Hunter stream. Yeah, every day Monster Hunter. Whoa, going hunting horn. Calm down, buddy. Let's see who's in the session. Let's see who made it. player list. Look at that. It filled up pretty fast. There's Aggie Man. Hi, Aggie Man. Look at all these guys. Cat the Ninja. Shanks is here. Wow. Cybera's here. Always a lot of fun. Drake says, bruh. Dauntless is Dollar Tree Monster Hunter. It's the Monster Hunter off-brand. You fight behemoths. Alright, we're just going to sniff Kulve's feet for about 8 minutes. The Pursuit 1 track farming always takes roughly 8 minutes. Doomslayer says, I wish I could fight Kulve Taroth, but my friends tell me that I need better gear to fight her. I just reached... You don't need better gear. That's the whole point of the budget builds. Take a look at the budget. Maybe if you tell me what you have, I can make a build out of it and show you that you can play. Kulve Taroth is easy. She's really easy. Kulve Taroth. I mean, what is... Let me tell you what Kulve Taroth really is. Kulve Taroth in stage 1 is just dropping boulders and manning the cannons. Or if you have barrel bombs, you use barrel bombs. And then Kulve Taroth in stages 2 and 3, she doesn't even have really dangerous attacks, and you're just breaking her parts. Kulve Taroth in stage 4 is legit. This is where the fight actually matters. But let me put it like this. If you have a teammate who puts Kulve Taroth to sleep, as long as you use barrel bombs on her when you wake her up, you're already doing a pretty good job helping your teammates get the kill. So get the... If you can blow up multiple barrel bombs on her while she's falling asleep, and then definitely have 2 barrel bombs for waking her up, you don't even need gear for that. You just need barrel bombs, mega barrel bombs, right? You just need mega barrel bombs for stage 4. Yeah, somebody gets the mount, put the barrel bombs in front of the pillar before she runs her head into it. You hardly need to do any damage with your weapon at all. Just if you can get lots of barrel bomb damage and you're at like Pursuit 4, 5, 6, easy. You'll definitely get it. So... let's see what everyone's saying. Play Proof of a Hero on Hunting Horn, I dare you. My Dauntless experience is similar to only doing the research part of Kulve Taroth, but all the time. Silent Shawolfie says, oh my gosh, I forgot this is live. I thought I was watching a past live stream. Nope, this is very much live. Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth is easy to do if you do her at high pursuit. The peps on the Discord always do sniffing runs, so the pursuit is generally high when they kill her. Yep, so if you join our Discord server, you can find a group that's doing these Pursuit 1 runs, where we do nothing but gather the footprints and the scattered gold chips, right? And then we'll bring the pursuit up to level 4 pretty quickly, and then you do a second run, and it's very easy. Yep. I could probably show you guys myself doing nothing, like just literally being backpacked by 3 other players. I would bet you that my team would be fine. Like if I did nothing but chill back and watch them fight, I'd probably be okay. What heavy bowguns do you recommend for Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth? There's actually 2. The first one would be the Blue Nostra Styx heavy bowgun using lightning ammo. Lightning ammo. The second one would be the Griffin Bazooka, which is probably what I'm going to use. Well, maybe I'll use both of them today. I think they're both really good. They just have a different feeling, they do. Ultra Instinct says, someone on my team is attacking. Please warn them attacking is not allowed. If they keep attacking, please give me their name and I'll boot them from the session. Yeah, be sure you're able to give them a warning. Do I have a warning set up? No attacking, collect tracks only. Yeah, so I have a shout out set up that says no attacking, collect tracks only. And if they break that rule after you've given it to them, just give me their name and I will give them the boot. They will be booted very quickly. Moonmint says, I really hope we get another Siege monster in Iceborne. What would your ideal Kulve Taroth type hunt be, Gameconomist? Oh, that's tough, man. I think putting together a Siege hunt they try to make it very much a unique experience, so you would really need to sit down and try to be creative given the mechanics that are in the game. But With the success they've had with Kulve Taroth getting everyone to come in and play, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to work very hard on the next siege monster. So I expect something good. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if we did eventually get a Kulve Taroth fight where she's like missing her horns, and then we just have a normal monster hunt. So they could totally do that. The assets for her are already in the game, so it'd be very easy for them to do that. How's it going, Minx? Gameconomist, when you use the hammer and dauntless, you can charge up your shot before shooting, cancel roll, and next time you fire, it will do max damage. Oh, thank you, Minx. It's interesting to know. Grab this footprint. You guys are talking to the next Dauntless champion. I'm going to be the best Dauntless player in the world. You're all going to be like, wow, when did Gameconomist get so good at Dauntless? I'm going to be like, when I sold out, that's when I got so good. What hunting horn do you recommend for stage 2 and 3? You could use the Blaze hunting horn, but really I think that Deep Vero or Taroth Sleep are probably your best option. Yeah, probably Taroth Sleep. Alright, she's on her way. One more footprint, we got it. Ooh, look at that Kajalaka bomb. Best Dauntless player on 3 FPS. Alright, and there we go. 8 minutes. 8 minutes is going to bring us up to Pursuit 4. That's why we like to do this. God Terror Boy says, I like Dauntless. Get out of here, God Terror Boy. And don't come back. I'm just kidding. Mario Cano says, okay, I've deep using Deep Vero for all, lol. He's deep using Deep Vero, everyone. What does that even mean? Andre says, I'm finally fighting Pink Raytheon. Pink Raytheon. Man, you don't really fight her that much later on, do you? She doesn't really have anything useful. You don't use her parts for augmentations. She doesn't have any meta weapons. Not really, anyways. Alright, so we will start with the budget light bowgun. And we'll go over the build as well real fast. Emperor Shell Sticks, this is a Lunastra light bowgun. For the augmentation, not augmentation, for the mods you can see triple recoil suppressor. Check out these decorations real fast. So for the decorations, how much affinity did we end up with? 45? So you'll notice we do have... Oh, do I not have it? Oh, we don't have, that's too bad. We don't have crit element. Must not have been able to fit it onto the build. Think about it for a minute. I think the point of this build is that is really, really budget. I mean, it's for people who really don't have much at all. And that's why I end up using 2 pieces of the Uragon set to make sure you have Part Breaker. And then we have... Actually, it's not making sense to me. Why wouldn't I have gone with... How am I getting my last level of... Oh, the last level of Free Element is coming from the Kulve Taroth Rage. Okay. So the last level of Free Element comes from the Kulve Gauntlet Spada. And then Nergi Helmet's giving us 2 levels of Max Might. It makes sense. So this is a really budget build for people who really don't have that much. But it could be improved if you did Wrath Soul Helmet and then Wrath... what would it be? Yeah, probably Wrath Soul Chest as well. The thing is, you would have to provide 2 levels of Part Breaker on your own. I feel like that's not too bad though. What am I doing here? I have the Master's Charm to give myself more affinity. I do that, but I don't have Free Element in the end. Well, let's give it a try. I'm questioning if the build's too budget. I could actually improve it, but I don't know if I don't know what to expect out of the average player. Let's go ahead and get started. This build is going to perform very well, even without crit element. Go to manage items real fast. We'll pick up our Sticks loadout. Our Sticks loadout is going to include thunder ammo and a way to craft thunder ammo. And we'll go ahead and eat a meal. we have an option for feline insurance. Let's make sure we hit that feline insurance. Here it is. Cookie full of dog says, Gameconomist, what's your favorite sword in Monster Hunter World? Well, there's multiple sword weapons. Do you mean sword and shield, or do you mean longsword, or do you mean greatsword? I don't know if I have a favorite. Hedgehog says I have 6 part breaker jewels. Well, good for you. No crit element? No part breaker charm? Yes, so the build could be improved by using a part breaker charm and the Uragon coil, and then you would go Wrath the Soul helm and Wrath the Soul chest. I think the reason I went with this particular budget build is because I've seen a lot of cheap budget builds for the light bowgun, and I think I went with one where the players maybe don't have the part breaker charm. I'm trying to think of any other reason. It is possible for people to not have that charm. Also, the other issue is, I think you guys will be surprised to find that we still do a tremendous amount of damage, even without crit element. Christian says, you should do a video on best armor sets for heavy light bowguns, ? I've done a lot of heavy bowgun, light bowgun videos.
There it is.
I did make an armor meta video, and I made that only about 2 weeks ago. And it does talk about the best bowgun armor sets, so you can probably just watch that. Oh, Kulve. Always busting through walls. What is considered budget? Because the decorations are RNG. It's not a well-defined term. Budget build is just a term that I use to describe builds that I think allow the player to easily make a viable build, and that viable build uses pieces of armor that focus on the skills that are the highest priority first. So in this case, I made sure that they can easily build Part Breaker using 2 pieces of the Uragon set, and the Uragon set's really not too hard to put together. I think we're fighting from Pursuit 5, aren't we? How's it going, Unlimited? Okay, so Kulve Taroth is going in that door, which means we know she's going to pop out of this door.
You can do this. Over here.
Start putting these down real fast.
I'm ready.
Get the mega barrel bombs out. And we'll start using the thunder ammo now. Whoa.
You're my kind of hunter.
God, these guys are lucky to hit me twice. Alright, she just turned red. Now we're going to shave up her armor here. See, we're actually still hitting pretty good damage numbers. So maybe that was the point of this build, was to show players that even if they were having trouble building crit element, they could still use the light bowgun for the thunder ammo. Is that it? Is that the final roar? Commander, it is the final roar. The commander's like, good work. That was easy. Oh, controller died. Gameconomist, I saw a random who used Sticky Stage 1 and shot the tail. It's amazing. These are the builds. These are the meta builds that you want on your team. Did I even hit her? I couldn't even tell if I hit her. Alright, so her horn plating is going to pop right off in the next stage. Alright, we'll go ahead and eat a... No, we won't, because it's not on our screen. Where is it at? Max Potion. Alright, now our health is full. Critical element gives you like 15% damage, I think. Sure, and that sounds pretty good. There goes the horn plating. Let's go ahead and use our slicing ammo on it. Thanks, David Worry. Put down our mine here if we can, if it's possible. Gameconomist, turns out Nergigante Y arms help a bit, was able to fit one attack in my 6 stage 1 build. Yeah, so the Nergigante chest plate and the Nergigante arms, the Gamma versions, they're both in... My controller died again. God damn it. I'm just gonna unplug it. I think this plug is breaking. They're both an upgrade, but the upgrade's very small. They clearly didn't want the game's meta to be like thrown off. I think at best it's going to help speedrunners, and that was their goal. Speedrunners are going to have slightly better builds than they used to have. So look at this, no crit element, and we are still slicing and dicing on her. Lots of heavy damage. No problem. She is very likely about to shed. There she goes. Going CC. So Shanks is letting us know he's going to come back with the crowd control weapon. Our goal in this next stage is to break her tail if we can before she leaves. That's our goal.
Don't let up. We're bound to pick
Gameconomist,
up the
what's your
trail
favorite
somewhere.
ledging weapon? The hammer. The hammer's really good. I don't think hammer does the most damage out of the other options. Probably greatsword does if I had to guess.
Look!
But definitely the hammer. The way the hammer can like reverse is so cool.
Watch yourself!
Come on, man. Alright, falling boulder. We want to get on that tail. Funny to say. Gotta get some tail, man. She's gotta stand back up. Wait. There we go. She's gotta stand back up. And our goal when she stands back up is to drop this guy. Oh, she falls right back down. So we'll go ahead and craft a mega barrel bomb here. 1, 2. Mega barrel bombs do a ton of damage. Boom. So we just got 900 on her tail. That's good. Eat our max potion here. Tail broken. So we finished what we set out to do. And now we can just kind of run over here. Don't really care about what else happens. At this point, we want her to run down so she can become enraged and we can break the horns off. Not really my big priority to get myself killed at this point. Yeah, as I was telling your friend, or whoever it was that was saying that he didn't want to fight. What just happened? Why is she hurt? Oops.
Keep yourself together.
Don't give her any breathing room. I don't think we are. You don't really need much to fight Kulve Taroth, to be honest. Just barrel bombs are really good. She's kind of an easy fight. Probably the hardest part of the fight is understanding all the mechanics. Once you understand the mechanics, the fight's actually not too bad. Party Slime says, this isn't Minecraft. I was promised Minecraft.
Good work, Fivers. Now get out there and show us how it's
Yeah,
done.
the greatsword DPS jumps really high up when it starts to ledge hop. So it is stronger than the hammer in my opinion, but the hammer, on the other hand, it's able to do some more tricks from the ledge that the greatsword can't do. So watch what Cat does. See, Cat was able to set those barrel bombs down and blow them up on Kulve Taroth's head without waking her up, and that dealt an additional 1,000 damage, which is quite a bit. She's gonna be mad. Now we're just gonna shoot her with our slice ammo. That's all we're gonna do. We're not really worried about anything else. Her tail's already broken. And the slice ammo is the reason we have one level of weakness exploit. You'll notice we have one level of weakness exploit.
Oh my.
Weakness
Oh dear.
exploit does not work on Kulve Taroth when you're using shot ammo. However, the slice ammo is kind of a strange ammo type. It actually counts as sever damage.
Watch yourself.
And sever damage will benefit from weakness exploit. So that's what's going on here. Okay, somebody KO'd her. Nice job on that. And her horns are broken. Well, it was almost like we were barely trying. Very easy fight when you understand what you're doing. Alright. If you thought that was easy, give me a like. I don't know. Am I supposed to ask for likes? Does it matter? First win. Very easy, guys. We got that done in 25 minutes. That's pretty reasonable. Probably could have gone a little faster. Now we get to carve up these horns. No Minecraft today? Sad. It's funny, you guys are so vocal about me doing Minecraft streams, but whenever I do a Minecraft stream, it's only like 80 people watching. It's not enough of an audience. So as opposed to like the typical 400 people watching I get for Monster Hunter. And I understand it too, because with Minecraft, what am I really doing? I just do like some building. It's very much like watching somebody paint a picture, and that's it. I don't do anything real exciting in Minecraft. I just play the game. Tony asks, how many hours do you have across all platforms combined? I am about halfway to 2,800 hours. I'm about 2,750 hours. So I'm closer to 2,800 than I'm further away. So I'm closer to it. All right, there we go. Mr. Roya says, legit, the last 2 days I've been trying to farm her. I've only been able to finish a full run 3 times, mainly because of people dying. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's why people need more information. I would love to take a random into our group here, and Hedgehog Bob Ross of Minecraft. I would love to take somebody who's never experienced like a full lobby of players who know what they're doing. I'd love to bring them in and show them what they're missing out on. Since I can't easily do that, I was thinking maybe my 4th stream of Kulve Taroth will be of me playing with randoms to show you just how bad it is. Because you watch me playing with people who know what they're doing, and it looks really good. But you've forgotten how far we've come. You got to go into a lobby where nobody knows what they're doing, and then you realize, whew, not a lot of fun. A lot of grinding for nothing. All right, so here's our Forager build. Once again, let's go ahead and start up our Pursuit 1 run. All right, we got to collect our rewards. Have you started playing Generations, Gameconomist? No, I have not. Maybe I should do that. Should I do that today? Maybe I'll do that today. Tear the pipe water. Buster Bomber. Sell all. All right. Oh, right, and we're starting up a new one.
Welcome, welcome.
It has been a very long time since I've gotten a new Kulve Taroth weapon, even though I'm missing 2, for sure. I know I'm missing 2. Saul Galileo Gamer says, Gameconomist, when someone freaks out on Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, I tell them to stop and think of Arch-Tempered Velkhana, and they get a seizure. What? What are you talking about? Better not be getting any seizures. Not my party. Can you show your build again, please? Yeah, so I don't know what he's referring to, but here is the build for the Forager. Okay, this is the Forager build again. But he might have been asking about the budget build for the light bowgun. Pull budget. Here it is, shell sticks. So you can see the pieces of armor I have in that set, and you can see the skills that I have. So you can screenshot that if you missed it. Alright. So, oh, somebody's using the vacuum above me. So we got the light bowgun out of the way. We could do heavy bowgun next, perhaps. Heavy bowgun's a lot of fun. So Galileo Gamer says, Gameconomist, just call me Zeus is my in-game Monster Hunter World name. The problem with that is I'm definitely going to forget that. I will definitely forget your name because there's hundreds of people I'm talking to over the course of a day, whether it's in the Discord server or in my comment section. I will definitely forget. Rasmus has a great question. He says, if I'm using the track farming method, but randoms are attacking, should I keep farming tracks or start attacking her also? Let me give you the best answer to that, Rasmus. You should join my Discord server, find somebody who's hosting on the platform that you're playing on. So if you're on the PlayStation 4, go to my Discord server, go look up the session ID chat, find somebody on the PlayStation 4 who's hosting Kulve Taroth, and join them. And then you will guaranteed get to do the track farming, and you'll save tons of time.
There it is.
Because let me tell you what'll happen. If your teammates are attacking Kulve Taroth from Pursuit 1, the only thing you can really do is join them. That's about all you can do. And you're talking about having 40, 45 minute run times on your reward cycle against Kulve Taroth, which is, by the way, atrocious. So your best strategy is to save yourself tons of time and actually just find a group. Find a group who knows what they're doing. You know, it'll take you a little bit of effort. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to type in that session ID, but it's going to save you so much time. It really will. Which is why people like this method so much. And randoms just don't know. Like, you can try to contact the randoms, I guess, and you could try to tell them, hey, just collect tracks. It's much faster. The problem is the whole lobby has to agree to do it. And that's the problem. When you get with randoms, it's hard to figure out if the randoms know, and it's definitely hard to teach them, especially if you're playing on a console where you can't easily... You can communicate easily on the PC. It's kind of cool. You get to use your keyboard, so you can just type them a message in the game. But if you're playing on console, it's very slow and clunky.
I'm ready.
So Galileo says, what should I do on an Arch-Tempered Nergigante hunt, a squad, or do a Fortify solo run? So if you want to defeat Arch-Tempered Nergigante easily, you'll do a Fortify solo run, because it's significantly easier. If you want to have more fun fighting Arch-Tempered Nergigante, you do it on a team. Either, it's viable on both, but using that Fortify method is very cheap. It works very well. And another thing you can do is bring Tool Specialist, and just chill out and wait for Arch-Tempered Mantle to come back. Godterra Boy says, I join our random Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth sessions, and they don't do so bad. Well, you had better luck than me. I did a random session maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. No, it would have been about a month ago. And it was really, really bad. Yeah, I had a really, really bad experience. So you're right, though. Maybe if I play with randoms today, maybe it's kind of a drawing from a hat, you know, like maybe you get a good group, maybe you don't. All depends. While Among Us says the PlayStation 4 channel is deserted. Well, that's because you need to go in there and be in the PlayStation 4 channel. I don't know what to tell you. Excuse me. It's going to be deserted if nobody goes in there and actually talks. And it's not that deserted. There are messages sent in that channel. Yeah. Deserted is not the right word. It's just got lower activity than, say, the Xbox channel. All the ones on PlayStation 4 are just playing other games, waiting. Well, maybe we need more PlayStation 4 people in here. That's sad, though, actually, that they're not playing Monster Hunter. I guess I can understand. There's not like a lot left to do in the game. You probably have the weapons unlocked, but I mean there is stuff you can do. You can learn a new weapon, for example. Who dropped the boulder? I have heard arguments that the boulder increases pursuit level. I have not seen proof of this, and I've had people come to me and say that it was all basically not true. So the way I see it, the boulder's not necessary, so there's no reason to drop it. We still get to Pursuit 4 either way. While Among Us says, yes, there's people, but less people than on Xbox or on PC. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a PlayStation 4 then. Everyone's been very generous toward funding a PlayStation 4. Maybe I'll get it soon. If only I could... I don't know. 4 months, though, is a... I don't know how long of a time that is. I don't want the PlayStation 4 area to be too lonely, and I don't know if I'd be able to change that. God Terror Boy says, Gameconomist, kick the longsword. He's attacking, and he's doing it. Bobby Alien? We'll give him a shout-out. Alright. If he keeps attacking, he just gets the insta-boot. He might have just been in the session. He might just be a little bored. I play PlayStation 4, but I don't have PS Plus. Ah, yes. Not only do you have to buy consoles these days, you also have to buy the online service. Isn't that frustrating? That's another thing that's cool about the PC, right? You don't actually pay for the online on the PC. You really don't. So I've been an Xbox member for a long time. I think over 10 years. What is that, like $40 to $60 a year? You're talking about like $600 over time. It's a lot of money. Goner Nation Army says, Gameconomist, the theory I heard for the boulders is that the Gajalaka automatically spawn 2 to 3 gold spots when Kulve Taroth is downed by the boulders. So I don't actually agree with this. What actually happens is Kulve Taroth stays in the area longer. So what happens is that the Gajalaka have a more of a time, maybe like a window, to actually create these gold, these scattered gold. But I don't think it's guaranteed. I'm pretty sure it's not guaranteed. It's just that you're in that area longer. Which would make sense, because what happens is the Gajalaka aggro you, and while they're aggroed, you have a chance for them to do the scattered gold chip. So if you were to stay there and they were to stay aggroed, you would expect them all to eventually do the scattered gold chip. Gameconomist, weirdly, Dauntless doesn't need PlayStation. Are you talking about PlayStation, PS Live or whatever? PS Plus? PS Network, that's what he's talking about. Huh, that's cool. That's probably because it's all run off of like a PC server, and they're like, we don't want to charge people for this. We want it to be free. We want it to be easy to access. Man, so, you know, I've been roasting Dauntless a lot, but yeah, somebody made a really good point in my comment section last night. They said that there are people who never played Monster Hunter, and so if they were to play Dauntless, it would actually be a really good experience for them. And I just suddenly realized, it's like, yeah, actually that's a fair point. If you'd never played Monster Hunter, or maybe you didn't play it very much, and then you ran off and you played Dauntless, you might think Dauntless is pretty good. And then of course you have all the people who can't afford, you know, to buy whatever Monster Hunter, or they can't afford a new game and they're playing Dauntless and they're having a good time. So it's free. It's a free to play game, and yeah, it's interesting. Really, I do find it to be an inferior game, but there's just nothing left to do in Monster Hunter World. You know, we're in a lull now. We're in a, what do they call that in Destiny? They're always using this term because people are always unsatisfied. Content drought. We're in a content drought for Monster Hunter World. We can help new players, players who have just gotten into the game, right? But other than that, or we can work on speedrun times, is the other thing, which I've considered legit getting into speedrunning. I don't know what weapon I'd use, but I've thought about getting into legit speedrunning. And yeah, it's just maybe we're ready for new content. We're ready for Iceborne. I think we all are. We're in the end game. All right, so I said we would do heavy bowgun next. And we might do 2 heavy bowgun runs. We have Griffin Bazooka right here. Check it out. Reload assist, close range up, close range up. All right, we're picking that up. Let's take a look at the gear. So artillery charm, Zenitjiva Headgear Alpha, Damascus Mail, Zenitjiva Claws, Oregon Coils, Zenitjiva Spurs. That's giving us Spare Shot. And it looks like I actually require you to come with 2 levels of Part Breaker. To be honest, even if you don't have these, you're going to do okay. That's another thing I've been learning. I've been learning over time that Stage 2 and Stage 3 of the Kulve Taroth fight really are not a big deal. Even if you don't have Part Breaker on your set, you can still break her parts reasonably well. Just the previous match with the light bowgun, we learned even if you don't have crit element, you can do reasonably well. Alright, let's jump back to our garden. We're waiting for 2 teams to come back. Go to the trade yard. There are some people who loved Dauntless but kind of disliked Monster Hunter World. Yeah, I can't imagine that. That's hard for me to understand. PC Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth the next week. God, it's a lot of Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. Gal says, I think Dauntless is a worse version of Monster Hunter World, but free. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and do our garden. Jeff Fisher, hey dude, Ivan has asked quite a few times and you keep missing it. He wants to know what a good spread heavy bowgun build would be if you don't have Zenitjiva Gamma or Glutton. Oh, okay, sorry about that. I simply missed the question, you're right. I can answer that. Hold on. Let's collect these. And what are we doing here? We're gonna... Blue mushroom, it's gotta be... No. It's gotta be choice mushroom. There we go. Alright, we're gonna jump back to the Gathering Hub. I don't know why they couldn't just have that in the Gathering Hub, the garden. That would have been nice. He wants to know what a good spread heavy bowgun build would be if you don't have Zenitjiva Gamma or Glutton. Yeah, so I would use either the next best spread bowgun becomes either the Rarity 6 Glutton. Okay, so the Glutton everyone thinks of is the Rarity 7 Glutton. The Rarity 6 Glutton is basically just as good, but it does less damage. Or you could work on the Taroth Horn. Okay, so the Taroth Horn would be the second best spread ammo heavy bowgun in the game, except that the Rarity 6 Glutton exists. Now, the Rarity 6 Glutton is only better than the Taroth Horn if you do all 3 augmentations. The thing is, maybe you don't want to do those augmentations, because eventually you expect yourself to actually get the Rarity 7 Glutton. So, and then on the flip side, the Taroth Horn, you might augment it because it's really good with the Wyvern Heart, it's not too bad against the Ancient Leshen, and it's also got access to a build that's similar to the Griffin Blazuka using the Wyvern ammo. So, I would, if I were you, and you don't have Glutton, I would work on the Taroth Horn. And if you don't have Zenitjiva Gamma armor, you would still use Zenitjiva Beta Alpha armor. What are we doing here? So we have... Did somebody use the thing, huh? Let's just use Elemental Resist, why not? Yeah, so you would still want Spare Shot to come out on your build, and you would use Zenitjiva Beta and Alpha armor is what you would do. And this is if you're using the Taroth Horn. I guess if you were using the Rarity 6 Glutton, you probably would drop Spare Shot. Okay, so you'd probably drop Spare Shot. Alright, I hope that answered that question. Silent Shewolfie says, Gameconomist, later today, will you be doing Dauntless or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate? That's a great question. Probably Dauntless. And the reason why is because I suspect without knowing that the Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate audience would be very small. That's my guess. So I could probably try to do all 3. Yeah, I never really thought of my channel as like a streaming channel, but I don't know. We have a decent audience. I'm not promising anything, by the way, guys. What I tend to do is I do one live stream, and then I take a break after that and I work on my videos. But my live streams have just been kind of successful, to tell you the truth. Because after I'm done with them, people actually go watch them even if they didn't see it live, which is really surprising to me. I didn't expect that.
There it is.
Oop.
At last.
Grab this
Reminds
stone.
me of that time.
We're going to make this jump.
Now get out there.
I never finished Arch-Tempered Nergigante. Well, he'll come back, and then you can get him. He's a big deal. Very difficult monster. Okay.
See you around, buddy.
Is that going to hit? Yes, it is. Nice job. Jack asks, is the True Shot Jewel important in this build? What if you don't have one? The True Shot Jewel is important, but it's not like the end of the world if you don't have it. Okay? I would still use it. It's kind of like the way I showed you. You can... Oh, no. We're too late. Ah, nice. Well, we've been useless up here on the cannons so far. If you don't have the True Shot decoration, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. You should be getting 1 level of True Shot from the helmet. That wasn't perfect. Ah, man. Been using cannons for all this time and I still miss my shots. You just never know.
Look!
Wallamonga says, I can play Dauntless myself, but not Generations Ultimate. With Generations Ultimate, again, I don't mind playing it or anything. What I'm concerned about right now is efficiency. I suspect because Dauntless just came out, there's probably a larger audience for it at the moment. That's the way video games work, by the way. When they first launch, they have a heavy spike of users, and then the users fall off very rapidly. That's a typical life cycle for a game. So if I was going to stream any Dauntless content, probably right now would be ideal. You wouldn't want to wait much longer.
Over here.
Oh, that's her. Oh, nice catch.
I'm ready.
It's just things I'm thinking about, you know. I played some Minecraft this morning, working on that basilica still. It's looking really good. Nice, nice, nice. We landed, I think we landed all 5 of those shots. Also, I can see I made a mistake. I haven't picked up my ammo. Why don't I go ahead and pick up my ammo? Silent Wolfie says, I'd watch your streams, no matter if it's Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter GU, or Dauntless. Thanks, man. But GU would be fun because of the monsters, the hunter arts, and all that. Yeah, I actually agree. Yeah, I agree. Again, the real problem is just that it's a game that's been out for a while, whereas Dauntless just launched on the consoles, so now would be the optimal time to stream Dauntless. Gameconomist, have you played Warframe? I have, actually. Yeah, I played it briefly, and then I put it away. I've never really been a big fan of like the free-to-play games with the microtransactions, and that's how I feel about Dauntless as well. I've just never been a big fan of them. Of course, when I played Warframe, it was far less developed than it is now, so there's probably a lot more to do. I'm really impressed, actually, that Warframe has continued to be supported with free updates and everything, technically free updates. I say free with an asterisk because you know they're making money from the microtransaction system they have. It's not free if they actually turn a huge profit, right? So, yeah, I'm impressed that they are still going. It tells me that their business model is successful. And back then, I was playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, so I didn't really have an itch to play Warframe. I was already kind of satisfied on sci-fi shooters. Also, I then went on to play Destiny, so it was like, there was never a point where I felt like I needed a shooter game. How's it going, Energetic Dino? He says, hello, wow, you're fighting Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. Cool. Sure am. For the 100th millionth time. Fighting Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. She gonna roar. Please let me shoot this. Alright. You're gonna see lots of explosions. In 5 years, Warframe and I only paid $100. You're saying only $100, dude. I've been playing Monster Hunter for 1.5 years, and I've paid $60, which is the cost of what games used to cost. They didn't have like crazy prices. They didn't have like microtransactions and all that. It used to be you just buy the game, and then you were done. Now it's like microtransactions is free, except it's not, because eventually we trick you into, eventually we convince you into buying this stuff. They know you're gonna buy their stuff. They know a certain percentage of people are gonna buy their stuff, and those people actually end up subsidizing the other players. That's what actually happens. Oh, she moved. That sucks. That's the downside to using the wyvern ammo. She moves. Oh, and it broke. Is she gonna shed? Yes, she is.
Yourself.
Oh, you said 5 years. I thought you said 1 year. I'm sorry. I misread your I misread your comment. My bad. Yash Jalen says, Gameconomist, I played $25 for Monster Hunter World. Nice. That means you got it on sale. Or you bought it from a friend, or you bought it online.
Look.
She's gonna shoot a beam. Gameconomist, okay, not sure what I'm doing wrong with the crafting. Hold on. Oh, wouldn't it have been amazing if that landed on her tail? Take the shot. Oh, I missed. That's too bad. Wow. That was enough damage that it, like, staggered her. Not sure what I'm doing wrong with the crafting wheel, but when I try to quick craft anything when I'm on a hunt, it will only craft one item, then won't do any more. You must be running out of ingredients then. So you have a problem with your ingredients. Nope, not today. Oh wow, that hit me actually. Let's put this away. Oh, she interrupted me. Saul Galio says, Gameconomist, I paid $1 million to get the handler to kill herself. Have to say, I have been ripped off. 1 million, huh? Gameconomist, is Taroth believe me? Oh wait, is Taroth Blitz spread a good light bowgun? No, it's not. The best spread light bowguns are the Devil's Madness and the Decay light bowgun. I believe Devil's Madness is technically still the highest damage. Where to shoot? We could shoot the tail, or we could shoot her in the head. We shot her in the head. Check this out. The bullet travels, so it goes through her body and exits her head, right? So we still got some nice damage on it, on her horns. Oh, there's her fury.
We're the ones to get it done.
Did that tail break yet? I can't tell.
Oh my. Oh dear.
There it goes, tail broken. Go ahead and put on our temporal mantle at this point. Wouldn't it be funny if we got them out right there? That would have been funny. There we go. He got them out. Nice job. So check it out. She's going to hit that, and she's going to come over here. She's going to run her head into this boulder as well. And it's going to be fine. Check this out. Look at all those barrel bombs. She's going to run into all of those. We're going to get a nice shot off on her horns here as well. Did I shoot anyone? I shot funny that time.
Watch yourself.
I shot somebody again. Josh, I just keep knocking Josh away. It doesn't matter. Her horns are broken. Josh is like, it's good. Oh, it's Red Rex Rules. I didn't know it was you, man. It's because your game name is Josh. All right, and there we go. She is dead. Well, her horns are broken. People still play World of Warcraft? Asks Reza. They do, actually. Hey, thanks, Jack the Psycho. They do. Not only do they play World of Warcraft, people still play RuneScape as well. Remember RuneScape, guys? People still play that. It's crazy. It's like a complex game that people still put money into, I guess. Yeah, I watched a little video of somebody playing RuneScape. I was like, no way. No Dauntless. We can do some Dauntless. Let me think. We did light bowgun. We're done with heavy bowgun. That means we have sword and shield, and we have longsword left. We got 2 weapons left. Joshin says, some people do pay lots into Warframe though. Prime Access plus Prime Accessory cost half the price of a new PlayStation 4. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you know that they have to be making good money in order to keep supporting the game, right? They're supporting that game longer than the average game like Call of Duty gets supported. Really think about that. And I suppose it makes sense, because Call of Duty makes its money when it sells its titles. The Velkus says, Gameconomist, hey, so this may be a bit of an odd question, but would you agree that light bowgun can be seen as a mage class or other RP GS? I don't know if I can agree with that. I think that the light bowgun is very, very similar to the heavy bowgun, and both of them feel like a ranged weapon. You manage items, you manage ammo, you have a reload animation, you deal with the recoil. There's nothing about it that really screams mage to me. You know what I mean? It actually feels much more like a gun. Yeah. They're adding a laser pointer to it in Iceborne. Did you see that in the trailer? Not the trailer, the dev stream. Did you see that they had a laser? How do they have laser technology in Monster Hunter? It blows my mind. Tell me how they have laser technology. It makes no sense. Energetic Dino says, Gameconomist, what do you like more, Greatsword or Longsword? That's a great question. I want to say Greatsword, just because I like chunky weapons. But Longsword's really good, too. Longsword is awesome. Red Rex Rules. Gameconomist, there is a Jurassic World mobile app that sells 1 pack of cards in the game for $60. Jesus Christ, man. Alright, let's pick up our Forager set. Here's our Forager set. And we're going to clear out our items. Alright. Perfect. We'll jump over here and we get started on a new track run. Oh, right, we got to pick up our rewards too. Gameconomist, what's the best way to farm decorations by now? It's the same as always been. Go fight a tier 2 monster. Tier 2 monster with tempered investigation. And when the festivals come around, do the Names of Lavasiath quest, event quest if it's available. If it's not, do the Greatest Jagras. Yeah, do the Greatest Jagras quest if it's available. So those are the best ways. Alright, here we go. As you guys noticed, once again, I did not get any new rewards. I don't know how many, I have no idea how many reward cycles I'm up to now. It must be close to like 30 or 40 is how it feels. And still, no new weapon. Byron asks, can I join your party? Let's see if there's any room. It might be full. So it looks like it is full, but let me say this. If you're ever interested in joining, a great way to get into this session is to join the Discord server. And then what you want to do is keep an eye on the session ID. We have a channel called Session ID Chat. When I'm going live, I typically go live around the same time each day. And then I post the session ID in that chat room so that you can easily join and go live with me. So that would be the best way. So you'd want to be kind of hanging around the Discord around the time that I would be posting that. I ping everyone and then I post the session ID. That's the best way to get in. Occasionally, if I play at night or something, or I play maybe a particularly difficult quest, sometimes the room doesn't fill up then either. So if you want to fight like Ancient Leshen with me, or you want to fight Arch-Tempered Nergigante with me, sometimes those don't fill up either. Bacon says, how do we have a rocket-powered greatsword? Well, you know, you could argue that they've discovered gunpowder, and then it would be kind of believable to some degree. But laser technology, come on, that's really too advanced. So Galileo says, Gameconomist, is Greatsword good for Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, and is Sword and Shield better at mounting than the Insect Glaive? That's a tough one. Greatsword is terrific for Kulve Taroth, we all know that. Which one is better at mounting, Insect Glaive or Sword and Shield? It might actually be Sword and Shield. I have to think about that. The Insect Glaive has a much better aerial playstyle. Like, it can actually dodge in the air, and it can change direction, and it can stay in the air for a long time without ever touching the ground. But in terms of building up mount, I think that the difference is the Sword and Shield has a combo, not the shield bash, but, basically your jump combo that repeats over and over again and builds up mount. I think they're probably very close to each other, actually. I'm thinking about it, it's probably very close to each other. Virgil says it's not a laser, it's the light the scout flies produce, focused using the stained glass produced in the base of the 3rd Fleet. Is that actual lore?
There it is.
Yash Jalem says, Gameconomist, you can check the amount of Kulve runs you've done by
Reminds me of
checking
that
Kulve in your hunter's log, and you should
get out there.
be a good estimate. Alright, let's go and collect some feet tracks. Let's go sniffer feet. Gameconomist, when will you be playing Monster Hunter World on PC next? Well, Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth comes out next week on PC, so probably then. I do like Monster Hunter World on PC. I think it's a better experience. There's two things that go wrong for me though. The first one is I can't wear my headset when I'm playing on PC, because when I do, it cuts out audio for my live stream. So I have to play with strictly no audio for myself, and I'm not a big fan of that, unfortunately. I do like the 60 FPS a lot. I also like the fact that I have so many items on PC. But I'm sad because PC is behind the consoles. I can't play Nergigante on PC. So definitely when Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth comes out on PC, I'll be playing. And when Arch-Tempered Nergigante comes out on PC, I'll be playing then too. So yeah, I end up taking large breaks from the PC. Yeah, I like the PC. It's been a good experience. It's been an expensive experience too. By the way, I bought my Xbox like 7 years ago, and I bought it for just $300. That was 7 years ago, $300, and it has played every game. The PC I bought, it was $900, and so I don't really know what to think of it yet. It's very expensive. On the other hand, you don't pay any Xbox Live, like I was saying earlier. So if I'm paying $40 a year, and I do that for, what did I say, 7 years? That's an additional $280. So really, the cost of the Xbox goes up. It goes up to about $280 plus $300 to about $580. So yeah, the cost actually shifted up to about $580 when you count the live subscriptions. So it's definitely something to think about. Alright, I might have missed some of your messages, sorry. It's hard to keep up with the chat, especially if everyone asks. Jose says, Gameconomist, Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth will be on PC Thursday, and Arch-Tempered Nergigante will be on the next week. That sounds good. Yo fam, where's my hammer budget build? I think that's going to be in the next video. It has to be, because it's not in this one. Yeah. You can tell what weapons I'm going to use in the live stream, because you can actually see them on the thumbnail. Grab this sleeper. Jeff Fisher, Gameconomist, I actually bought Monster Hunter World on Steam the other day, but when I tried to start it up, it kept getting error and immediately shut down, so I got a refund. Wasn't worth the hassle. That sucks, man. Yeah, that sucks. Probably a hardware issue. See, you don't have hardware issues on the console. You just don't. It never happens. Dauntless Master Race. Gameconomist, when can you do a collab with another YouTuber? Right now. Who wants to do a collab? Is that a footprint? I'm gonna grab that footprint. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do a lot of collabs. It's just because of the way I work. I just work really fast, and I work very well by myself.
See you around, buddy.
Collab, huh? I would probably do a collab with... Well, I almost did a collab with Weiss Gaming and JoeCat. I would probably do a collab with them. Also, probably a speedrunner. I would probably do a collab with a legit speedrunner. Somebody who's gotten like a world record or something like that. I feel like they have a lot to contribute to the community, and I don't mind giving them the exposure. Mason says, Gameconomist, I missed the beginning. Why is first run foraging and tracks only? So the reason we do this is called track farming. Is because Kulve Taroth naturally leaves in 8 minutes if you do nothing but gather her tracks. And then if everyone in the session does this, the pursuit level jumps all the way up to pursuit level 4 or 5 very easily. So it's the most efficient way to kill Kulve Taroth in 2 runs. The Zelkir, if I'm saying your name right, the Zelkir, Gameconomist. So I am looking for a new weapon, swapping away from Longsword. I want to play something that uses elemental damage, which is more than raw. Got any suggestions? Yeah, so there's 2 major weapons that use elemental damage as their primary damage output. That would be the dual blades and the bow. I think you would enjoy the bow probably more than the dual blades coming off of the longsword. It gives you a, rather than a melee experience, it gives you a ranged experience, which will be very different for you. Also the fact that you do spend time reacting to the monster by using the dodge dance. Or whatever it's called, I can't remember what it's called. Alternatively, you could play with the lance. The lance would give you a different experience as well, because now you can guard, and you have much more limited movement. And what's funny is the lance and the longsword are kind of similar to each other as well. So with the lance, you use counterattacks. Counterattacks are a reaction to an incoming attack, where if you time the counterattack correctly, you then get to punish the monster. With the longsword, you're using the foresight slash, and what you're doing is you're doing exactly the same thing. Foresight slash and counterattack are almost the same move. Ivan says, Gameconomist, what weapons do you need from Kulve Taroth? You almost have every one of them. Yes, so I know I have 2 weapons that I need. I need the Spark Insect Glaive and the Spark Charge Blade. I need those 2 weapons, for sure. There might be a third that I don't know about, like I haven't noticed it yet, but I don't know. I think I've been through like 30, 40 reward cycles and still no new weapon. So she's become incredibly stingy. Reza says, Gameconomist, what are you planning to do until Iceborne gets released? Play Monster Hunter. Yep, that's my plan. I might play a little bit of Dauntless on the side. I might play a little bit of Monster Hunter GU on the side. I might do some Minecraft on the side. Maybe even Smash Brothers. I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm still a big fan of Smash Brothers. You just never see me play it. I'll probably just do my daily Monster Hunter World just to stay sharp, just to stay in the game, help people with some ideas that haven't been covered well, like I want to do an item guide, and then when Iceborne drops, I want to come in and be an expert with all 14 weapons. Jose asked, Gameconomist, preparing for Kulve Taroth, what's the best heavy bowgun, light bowgun, and kind of budget build? Well, I mean, I'm doing budget builds in this video, and we've covered light bowgun already, and we've covered heavy bowgun already. What I recommend doing then is when I'm done with this live stream in roughly an hour, just look the builds up that I used in the video. So you can find the live stream on my channel. You can also search for my counter build videos. So if you guys don't know this, I have 2 videos, part 1 and part 2, and they contain counter builds for all 14 weapons for fighting Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, and I do all kinds of build variations with those weapons. So if you're somebody who doesn't have much, you can look for like a budget version or something like that. But yeah, so you can keep watching the stream and just wait for me to post it, or you can go looking for my Kulve Taroth counter builds. Sol Galio says, Gameconomist, I have a feeling that Velkhana grows ice throughout the fight. That look at the dev stream, in some parts Velkhana has ice on its head. I suspect it's not that. I suspect Velkhana sings or uses music or something like that. That's my suspicion, because of what the handler said. I'm talking too much, man. I want to run my voice out. All right, there we go. 8 minutes and 25 seconds. This will bring us up to Pursuit 4 or Pursuit 5. Play Smash and GU. Yeah, I've been playing Smash Brothers since Nintendo 64. I love to watch the tournament play, and I guess I haven't really had any good Smash opponents in a long time, so I probably suck at this point. Jose's got to go. See you later, Jose. Get your studies done. Get an A. Alright, and let's see. We have the sword and shield and the longsword to get done now. Let's see which one we have already built. Having the build already together actually makes the live stream much easier. Okay, we have a fatal bite setup. Huh, okay, we're using fatal bite. So let's take a look at the build real fast. Here, we'll do it in the decorations. You can see a similar focus on making sure the player has Part Breaker, Max Might with the Nergigante helmet. We do actually have Weakness Exploit, and again, that's because when Kulve Taroth's mantle is a red, Weakness Exploit does work on it when you're using Sever or Blunt. Also, it works on her horns. And yeah, actually, it's a very straightforward build here. Very straightforward. This could work on many Devil Joe weapons. Less refresher items. And let's post.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, there's somebody still out there. Look, when these guys come back, it's going to be Pursuit 5, I guarantee it. Red Rex says, Gameconomist, do you think it would be good if the hunting horn had songs that apply ailments to monsters? Oh, snap. I accidentally just closed my browser. Hold on. Let me answer your question as well. So, the answer to that would be, I think that there's a lot they could do with the hunting horn. Hold on, let's see if, can I turn this back on? I think that they could do a lot with the hunting horn. They don't have a lot of interesting hunting horn buffs, unfortunately, and they really ought to add some interesting hunting horn buffs. So I'm open to anything, I guess is what I mean to say. Alright. Gas Mask Man, thank you for the donation. First stream I've watched on your channel, but love your videos. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, man. Do you think regular Kulve Taroth will come back? No, she won't. No, she will not. I don't think the developers want to work on that. I need a drink, man. I need like a soda. I wanted to buy an energy drink today, but I didn't. And you know why? Because energy drinks cost like $2. Why would I spend $2 on an energy drink? But here I am, and I'm coughing. Ivan says, Gameconomist, how can I team up with somebody on Xbox who actually knows how to farm Kulve Taroth? Well, Ivan, if you're in my Discord channel, what you could do, send me a message, and I can try to include you in the next session. Like, before I go live, I can try inviting you into the session, and then you could join me that way. Other than that, just join the Discord and look for somebody hosting a Kulve party. It's just as simple as that. Excuse me. Clearing my throat a lot here.
There it is.
All right, here we go.
Last.
Stone.
Reminds me of that time. Now get out there.
We'll grab this nitro shroom. The fire herb.
You ready?
Alright, it actually fell that time.
See you around, buddy.
How much harder is Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth than regular? I mean, they're pretty much the same. Let's be honest. Oh, I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to hold this. Oh, he already loaded it, huh?
You can do this.
Oh, just see all those barrel bombs go off?
Over here.
I'm ready.
She's attacking.
Look!
Ah, too slow. Cool, cool, cool. I'm just collecting nitro shrooms. Anime Harem, thanks man. What weapon are you going to use when Iceborne is out? The answer, all of them. So at this point, I'm pretty familiar with all the weapons, and I want to keep it that way. I know that they'll probably be updating the weapons, but I think it'll actually be easier to understand those updates when they come out, if you already understand where the weapon used to be, basically, right? Giant horns are chips, so the answer is all of them. I want to be equally good at all the weapons. But I'll probably still have favorites. I'm a big fan of the hammer and the hunting horn. Michael asks, is your Discord only for Xbox or can I use it for PC? Also, is for Xbox, PC, PlayStation, and Nintendo. So you can use it for any platform. Gameconomist, the creatures did a great job on Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. The creators did a great job. They made it so that you would think Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth would attack you that way, but it snipes you instead. Not sure what you're referring to. But yes. Wow, I'm terrible. Can't hit this giant monster. Couldn't shoot water out of a bow. She's gonna roar when she gets over here. Here she goes. Told ya. I told ya. My pronouns are they, them.
You ready?
Thank you, Trippin' John. My pronouns. Oh my god. I'm gonna get demonetized someday for not being more politically correct, I bet. I could see that happening. Just give it enough time. Alright, so we're missing some white sharpness. Get this max potion.
All right.
You know what we can just guard the roar. Oh, look at that guard. I'm just not a big fan of how short the range is on sword and shield. So I hope whatever their moveset is, it's a moveset that allows you to move quickly. Yes, I know you have this move, like this opening move here, where you dash forward. Like, that's nice. The actual weapon has just terrible range.
You're my kind of hunter.
What is there to break? Oh, she's going back under. Gameconomist over here attacking the ground while his team does all the work. I mean, stages 2 and 3 of Kulve is pretty easy. You'll be demonetized for being bad with the sword and shield. What are you talking about? I'm a sword and shield expert. People are about to give me the sword and shield Medal of Honor for being super good at it. Sword and shield is doo-doo. It's not doo-doo. I don't prefer the playstyle, that's all. Yeah, it's not doo-doo. We jumped under the arm. Break that tail. I can't reach it now. Alright, that's broken. There's one part of her back tail. Oh, and she's digging again. That's too bad. That's too bad. Come on out, Kulve. How did that miss? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I took a chop there. Oh, I'm hurt. I took a chop there, and it's like, just wasn't close enough, I guess. It's ridiculous. Gameconomist, I'm super good at it. I'm the best at sword and shield. Somebody was telling me I don't have the right tone of voice for sarcasm. It says I'm too, I sound too serious when I say things. You can't tell I'm lying. Running in. Go for that arm. Look at that. Amazing. Too early of a roll.
Keep looking. Don't
Nick
let
says,
up.
I swear, everyone
We're
who
bound to
hates
pick up
sword
the
and
trail
shield
somewhere.
just sucks at it, lol. Don't blame the weapon for your failure. Well, no, I'm basing my judgment off of world speedruns that I watch. If you don't know this about me, I actually watch world speedruns pretty regularly. I consider it part of my job to be aware of the best speedruns with all the weapons. So I regularly watch all the speedruns with the weapons. It helps inform me how I should be playing, how I should be using the weapon. It helps me understand how to make my tier rankings right. So I actually am very familiar with what the weapons are capable of, including the charge blade, including the sword and shield. I'm very aware of it. But I'm talking about the user's experience with the weapon. So like with the hunting horn, I'm not saying that the hunting horn is a terrible weapon. I just know that the hunting horn could probably be improved by bringing up the damage on the weapon to be on par with the other weapons when you're playing solo. The other thing you could do is give it more interesting buffs that are not just, you know, like a passive buff like drinking a soda or whatever, drinking a potion. Something that, we lost Cybera. Something a bit more interesting, you know, rather than just the equivalent of a demon drug. And with the sword and shield, my main complaint is just that, man, it just does not have that much range. Alright, we broke that back there. And I guess
Watch yourself.
here's the deal. When a weapon lacks range, it's supposed to make up for that with some other good quality. I think that the sword and shield's good quality is its flexibility and its ability to use items quickly without sheathing, but it turned out using items without sheathing isn't really that big of a deal. If you watch speedrunners, they don't often take advantage of it. They don't need to. The other thing is the versatility, being able to dodge properly, being
Good
able
work,
to
Fibers.
move around
Now
quickly.
get
It
out
turns
there
out
and
that's
show us
not
how
that
it's
big of a
done.
deal either. Because players learn how to get around, you know, if you're using like the lance, players learn how to maneuver well with the lance. Alright, check this out. Oh, I missed completely. We'll get her this time. Oh, that hurts. We'll have this. Wow, really not that impressed, actually. Can we actually land this? No. Firing sleep. I thought I was going to get some cool moves. pull attacks
Watch
with that
yourself.
move, but I guess not. Sword and Shield used to have more flexibility by being able to switch between high stun, exhaust, or 30% more affinity. See you later, Solgaleo. He's bye.
Watch yourself.
Oh, I forgot about
We're
that
the
move.
ones to get it done.
Ah! Alright, we got a breaker tail.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Oh dear. We gotta break that tail, guys. Okay, she's been mounted. Little concerned we're gonna break those horns before we break the tail. That's why I'm not helping with the barrels on the horns there, because I'm trying to control it a little bit.
Watch yourself.
Alright, we'll definitely get the tail here. Oh no, we won't. We broke the horns before we broke the tail. Good job, guys. We just lost 2 rewards. I think we did, right? Let's see. Yeah, her tail's intact. We lost 2 rewards. Oops. Oops. I don't know if they were listening to the stream. They might have missed that part. Hey, I want to mute my mic and eat a little snack here. All right, I'm back. I get hungry when I'm playing games. Have you ever played a Dark Souls type game? Nah, I've never played those. Elizabeth, I actually started my YouTube channel on Dark Souls, so. Nemesis says Terrorboy broke the horns. It had to have been Terrorboy because I know the bow user was shooting the tail. I was attacking the tail. So it was Terrorboy or was Cybera. Who can we blame? While Among Us says I blame him too. You guys are funny. Alright, let's see what we get for the rewards. This is going to be sad rewards.
Hi.
Ah, look at that. Not as good. Ice. Here it is. We got a new one. Kjarglaive Crusher. Did I already have this? I thought I already had this. You know, I might have this on the PC, actually. It's not even a good one, honestly. Kjarglaive Crusher. It's not good. And that's it. Now we have to do another 30 reward cycles to get one more new weapon. Guarantee it. Put all these away. Change equipment. We'll bring out the Forager Build. Alright, we have one more to do. We gotta get the Longsword done. Empty out our item loadouts. Gameconomist, I was shooting at her tail, got stuck under her when she fell on me. Oh, I see.
Good evening.
So it's all God Terraboy's fault. Why do we even let him join? Let's go ahead and eat. He doesn't even play Minecraft with us. I thought we were just blaming him for no reason. Right, we're just ready up. Let's get it on the road, guys. Nick's Bordone says they will probably buff the sword and shield when all weapons can use the slinger. That's right. I agree. I don't know what they'll do to the sword and shield, but they've got to do something. They got to heckin' do something. Please check your hunter notes. I want to know how many Kulve Taroth runs you've had. Hunter notes, huh? Does it really talk about how many you've defeated? I don't think it tells you. I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's not telling me. Shamang Xiang says, Gameconomist, are you on Xbox or PlayStation 4? I'm on the Xbox. Cybera points out Kulve Taroth hunts aren't tracked because it's not capture or a kill. Brad asks, is there any room left in the session? Probably not, Brad, but you can check. Reza says, Gameconomist, what weapons would you change? All the ones that are scoring beneath the halfway point for weapon popularity. So you have the upper 7 weapons and the lower 7 weapons. I would be looking to improve the lower 7 weapons, especially the ones that are really shockingly at the bottom. Generally, you see a pattern. It's going to be the lance, the gun lance, sword and shield, and a hunting horn. These 4 are rarely popular. There are some that hit around the middle, light bowgun, heavy bowgun, maybe switch axe, hammer. Hammer's a little higher than the others. So some that hit in the middle, and then some that are consistently at the top. The bow, sword and the bow, dual blades, longsword is always at the very top. Charge blade usually does pretty well. Great sword almost always does well. So there's some at the bottom, some at the top, and we should, if I was Capcom, I would be looking at the one scoring consistently very poorly and asking, why aren't people playing this? And then I would try to make a change. Full auto slinger ammo for sword and shield. Breedy? Is Breedy. Hey man, or Breddy. Is Breddy. Hey man, just wanted to thank you for all the videos and streams. They helped me a lot through the game. Glad to hear that, Breddy.
There it is, at last.
Alright, grab the stone even though we don't need
Reminds
it.
me of that time.
Weapons
Now
I
get
would
out
change. The hunting horn. I think one of the best changes you could make to the hunting horn right now, even if you weren't going to redo the moveset, one of the best changes would be to simply allow the player to cancel the performance and the encore at any point during the performance or the encore. I hate being stuck in that move. Yep, that would help a lot. Also, just make the buffs more interesting. Make them more active, you know, rather than this passive thing. That would be my 2 complaints for the hunting horn. For the lance and the gun lance, I feel like both of those weapons are really disadvantaged by the fact that you need a lot of really kind of specific decorations. Guard up, think about it. Why should they have to have guard up? It's so stupid, right? You don't need a skill like guard up to use foresight slash effectively on the longsword. But if you want to guard properly with the gun lance or a lance, you got to have guard up for a lot of fights. You do. I really disagree with that. I think
You can do this.
not only do you need guard up for a lot of fights, you also need the other skill,
Over here.
guard. So instead of building damage, you spend a lot of time
I'm ready.
building these other skills up that probably should have just by default been already in the weapon, to be honest. So I feel like lances and gun lances, when you actually build up their shields, they end up being not able to compete with the longsword at all in terms of damage. And I don't think that you gain a huge benefit being able to guard attacks. Not when you've played the game for a long time. When you've played the game for a long time, you don't feel like being able to guard's this big deal. It's kind of like, I could, because it would be a big deal if you had fast movement speed on the sword, the lance and the gun lance. But the truth is, when you're using the longsword, you just run around, so you don't really need to guard everything when it's easy to outspace it, right? All right, we got the blue mushroom. Yeah. dropping the guard up skill entirely out of the game, I would like to see that. I think that it ends up just eating up one of your medium decoration slots for no reason. Excuse me. Arthur Sebastian says, I disagree about guard up. Bow needs bow charge, spread, force shot. If you're talking about rare jewels, bow has more disadvantages. Sure, you can make that point, Arthur, but the bow also consistently holds the world record for all weapon classes when it comes to speedruns. So the bow is more expensive, yes, but it also ends up doing the most damage. So it's actually a trade-off you would expect. With the lance and the gun lance, they come nowhere near the bow in terms of world records. They're behind. And so they're not really doing that great of damage, and yet you still need all these extra skills. It's really disappointing. Somebody's going to say it's not all about damage, and I'm going to say kind of it is. Kind of it is all about damage. Damage ends up being really, 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 really valuable in Monster Hunter World because it allows you to flinch the monster, allows you to break the monster parts, allows you to knock the monster over, allows you to kill the monster sooner, all the good things. When you say drop the guard up, I hope you mean to make it default. Yes, that's what I mean. I mean that it's default already in the weapon, and then players who are using the lance and the gun lance don't have to give up a medium decoration slot to build a guard up. Let the heavy bow guns and the sword and shields, let them build, and the great swords if you really want to do it with great sword, let them build guard up, but I mean lance and gun lance, it should be default. Because the reason why, hold on, let me shout at these guys. Bobby Alien. Where was I? Right, so when you're using a lance or a gun lance, you're already giving up your maneuverability with those weapons, right? You get the hops rather than the rolls, and you get a slow walk speed. So you're already having a disadvantage for having a shield. Now you're also telling me for that shield to actually work, I have to give up a medium decoration slot too. It's like, no wonder the weapon's unpopular. Not everyone has guard up, and not everyone wants to spend their medium decoration slots on guard up. It's just a bad overall situation. Gunlance boring? Question mark? Exclamation point? Question mark? No, I actually agree with them. Gunlance is kind of boring. Poking and shelling is just two moves over and over and over and over again, and occasionally you mix in wyvern fire. I agree, gunlance shelling is boring. If you got the long shelling, what do? Shell, charge shell, reload, charge shell, charge shell, charge shell. Really think about that. That is boring as heck. Maybe if the shells became more complicated each time you charged them, the way that the greatsword worked, but they don't. And greatsword gets other things like the ability to tackle and the ability to ledge hop, right? Gun lances don't have anything like that. And the greatsword also has better maneuverability and a faster sheath time. So the fact that you just use the charge attack over and over and over again, actually it's not that bad. Nick says, Gameconomist, guard up built into lance, gun lance, but make it work better on the sword and shield, buff all three at once. Yeah, I just think, yeah. Those would be some changes I want. Increase the damage of the worm stake. I think it's called the worm stake, not the wyvern stake. Isn't it the worm stake? I can't remember. Might be the wyvern stake. Yeah, that move is awful. There's just no reason to use it, and if there was a reason to use it, that would really improve the moveset of the gun lance. If there was a reason to use it, it'd be a big improvement. Gun lances do have ledge hops, Gameconomist. They're hot reloads and can go into burst fire. No, you're right. You're right. But I wasn't just referring to... No, you're right, though. You're right. The thing is, when it comes to ledge hopping with the gun lance rather than a greatsword, the problem is the greatsword can ledge hop or not ledge hop and do well in the fight no matter what. Right? You're going to take one greatsword and you're going to do well. With the gun lances, you actually have to invest the build into being able to ledge hop. And really, there's only one lance that's going to do good ledge hopping. The other lances will not do well. So you can't really make a comparison between the two. They're just not the same. Oh, pick this up as well. Yeah, they're not the same. Okay, guys, it's time to use that longsword. Are you excited? Elias asks, do elemental airborne and crit element stack? Yes, they do. Rez wants them to increase the playstyles with the gun lances. That won't actually happen, Reza. So what'll happen, Reza, is no matter what they introduce, speedrunners will find out whatever the optimal moveset is, and then that's what everyone will use, because some guy like me is going to say, here's the optimal moveset. Adding a whole bunch of variation to the moveset actually just makes the weapon more complicated to understand, but then you figure out this move is the best move and it's all you need to use it over and over and over again. Oh, that's Kiara Sword Fire. So it looks like we're going to have to put together our own longsword build. Category, longsword. We're going to use the Reaver Calamity, and we're going to have for the helmet, Nergigante helmet. We're going to use the... There we go. Uragan Mail. We're going to use the Uragan Waist. Yeah, Uragan Waist. For the arms, we're going to have the the Kaiser Van Braces Alpha, and for the legs, we're going to have... Show them to me. Here they are. Emperor's Greaves Beta. Oops. For the charm slot, we're going to want to have White Sharpness, so Handicraft Charm, and then this is going to be Fireproof, right? That's Impact. There's Fireproof. Now we want to set up the decorations on the remaining slots. So here's what we have so far. Okay. Finish off Health Boost. Finish off Weakness Exploit. Finish off Max Might. Now just think, if I was a Lance, see this last slot? I'm going to give this to Critical Boost, but if I was a Lance, I would have to give that over to Guard Up. See the difference? Naturally feels worse when you have to do that. It's not a good feeling. See these small decoration slots? What I get to do with these is I get to build defense on the longsword. See, I'm going to build, oh, not Expert. I suppose I could just build Expert, actually. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to build defense. So on the longsword, I get to use these small decoration slots to build whatever I want. There's 4 of them. I could build 4 attack boost and have 5% more affinity and have more damage. Or I could build 4 levels of Expert if I wanted to. Or I could build 3 levels of Expert like I'm doing right now. I'm sorry, Protection, which I'm doing now. I could build Fire Resistance here, which is relevant. When you're playing the Lance, you build Guard. So you give up this slot for Guard Up, and then you give up 3 of these for guard. Just really think about that for a minute, how crappy that is. I don't agree with that. It kind of ruins the weapon for me a bit when you have to do that. Alright, we'll grab our items. Okay, our items are refreshed. Here's the build now. You can see we don't have a lot of affinity. We have white sharpness. We have part breaker. We're very survivable. We have health boost, part break, and fire resist. And that's really the goal when you're a new player, is to have survivability.
How's the hunting?
You want to have survivability and an efficient amount of damage as best as you can. These guys are on pursuit level 2. What are they doing? I guess we'll check our guard and see if they come back soon. Why are they on pursuit level 2? For Shogun, what do you think about Divine Slasher Longsword? I've never used it. Also, I think that Reaver Calamity is probably just fine. Lance Ryder says, Gameconomist, which new custom mods for Heavy Bowgun do you think will come for the Iceborne expansion? That is a pretty wild guess. Your guess is as good as mine in that case. I was really surprised when they said they were going to add a new method for the light bowgun to reload by dodging twice. Although, I've been thinking more about it, and I'm not sure that's going to be that popular of a mod. I know it's sad, but I'm thinking about how often I have time to roll twice with the light bowgun as opposed to simply reloading. So I suspect that's not going to be a popular mod. It's my suspicion. Unless they introduce a new ammo type that takes a very long time to reload, people are going to want to reload like normal. So yeah, I've been thinking about that mod. I don't think it's an exciting mod. More I think about it. It's one of those things. Fertilize with choice mushroom. Oh, you know what? We actually could get... Where is it? Is it the smoke nut? It's the smoke nut. We need smoke nuts. We are out of smoke nuts. These are important. And these are affected by a different booster. We want the mega fertilizer on these guys. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back to the Gathering Hub. Dragon Razor says, Gameconomist, thing nice listening to EDM out loud while hearing you. Seriously, I should turn it out, but I'm lazy. What? I didn't understand that. Cybera says, Gameconomist, no one would go in with me. A team assembled just as you were finishing up, and people are attacking her. Ah, man, that sucks, Cybera. People are attacking her, huh? They're not supposed to. God Terror Boy, people in Cybera's group are attacking. I suppose we could do a Pursuit 3 run then. Do you want to tell me who's attacking? Here, let me type it in the thing. Cybero. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do a Pursuit 3 run together, and it's going to be a little more difficult, so I'm going to try a little harder. We may be in here for a while. Who is attacking?
Hello.
The session was not full, so we have clueless randoms. Yeah, Jesus, man.
Hello.
End their souls, says Red Rex. Zora and Cybera. I recognize a Geed, so it's not a Geed. So we have Cybera and a Geed. It's either Zoran or Monster Fodder. One of those two. What's wrong with attacking? I'm new to Monster Hunter World. Master Fodder and Zoran, for sure. Alright, they're out. These guys... maybe they will one day realize why they got booted, but they probably won't know because they're randoms and we're not communicating to them. Monster Fodder. I'm sorry. What was the name of the other guy? Let me look it up. Zoran, right? No quests have been posted. What?
It's so good to see you.
There we go. It is Zoran. Zoran's out. Oh, bringing in the banhammer. This is a little bit fun. I don't get to do this often enough. You're out. Alright, they're gone. And we're going to start a Pursuit 3 run.
How's the hunting?
Alright, there we go. You guys should send them a message on Xbox and let them know why they got kicked. You could tell them they're in my stream and I laugh at them. I laugh at them in my terrible laughing voice. Let's go ahead and have a... Ooh, tempting. Let's have... Oop, not a fish platter. Let's have a meat platter. Send them a link to your YouTube videos. I'm not going to do that live, though. That takes too long. Alright, we have Josh, Terrorboy, and Shanks. This is it, guys. Can we win? It's Pursuit 3, so it's going to be... It is tougher at Pursuit 3, so we do have to try a little bit harder. I will send them nudes. Man, that's annoying. Dragon Razor says, when will crossplay happen to Monster Hunter World now that Sony and Microsoft joined together? Did they really? They did not. I'm Googling that. Sony, Microsoft... merger? Sony and Microsoft join up in new partnership for PlayStation Cloud. Sony says its new partnership with Microsoft will contribute greatly to advancements of interactive content. This is not a merger, and this isn't Microsoft and Sony setting aside their competition. It is a new collaboration between two gaming giants, coming just a few months after Google announced it would enter cloud gaming. Oh. Oh. Google enters the race. Whew, that's scary, man. The deal extends to some areas of hardware development, including Sony-made sensors and semiconductors, being put to use for Microsoft's cloud AI developments. That's a mouthful even after I summarized it from a full release, so I'm not surprised they led with the gaming bit. Wow, that's pretty cool. Jeff Fisher, Gameconomist, I almost hate when you stream Kulve because I end up watching you instead of farming her myself like I need to.
There it is.
That's okay, Jeff Fisher. Instead of missing out on all the rewards, you can watch me miss out on all the rewards because Kulve Taroth has officially the stingiest RNG I've ever played in any game. I don't know how many hundreds of hours they want me to put into one fight in order to get no reward. I finally got a meaningless insect glaive after probably 30 reward cycles or more. Buddy. She's crazy. Maybe I'll keep track. So this is the next reward cycle. So this would be number 1. I'll keep track in between runs. How about that? In between live streams. Oh, better start shooting this. Should have just gone for 3 shots and started that earlier. What is cloud gaming? Trip and John, cloud gaming is where you don't really game on the hardware in your room. All the hardware in your room does is it streams the game, okay? So the game is being streamed to your computer, but you're actually playing on hardware owned by, like a cloud server somewhere else. So the way it would work is Microsoft would host your video game in its huge server farm, and that hardware would actually play the game for you, and you would just be watching the game while you play it from your television or your computer screen as it gets streamed to your computer stream. The thing is, streaming is becoming so fast and accurate that they think that they can stream your live gameplay to you while you play it, and this would allow you to have essentially a very cheap computer or a very cheap console that only has to be very good at streaming. Okay, so it's this new concept. It really is. And it's something that was talked about even back when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were being talked about as they were being released. They were talking about how gaming is going to move over to cloud gaming. It will be a strange thing, but the fact that Google is getting into it is pretty significant. And I'm not ever opposed to innovation and change. That is not my style. Oh wait,
You
I
can
shouldn't
do
be over
this.
here. Giant horns chipped. Oh, I'm gonna miss the.
Over here.
That's too bad.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this cannon. Oh well. How to boost my RNG luck? Wears a Russian hat. What? Don't really understand how that boosts your luck. Zoran's back. Watch this. Watch this. See ya, Zoran. Not today, Zoran. You broke the cardinal rule, Zoran. It's not allowed. Zoran's probably like, why are they booting me? I'm such a high hunter rank. It's because you didn't know that you're not allowed to attack Kulve Taroth. That's not your fault. You just didn't know. No one told you. Poor guy. Alright, she roars at this point. We drop these boulders on her.
You ready?
Russian number generator. I gotcha. Cyber's like, Andy left again. Let's see. Left in quotation marks. Sure he left. Bringing out the band hammer. Well, I mean, you don't get to mess up the Pursuit 1 track run and I boot you and then you come back and I... Oh, okay, you're fine. Now that you've come back, it's all good. You know what I mean? It doesn't really work that way. If you broke the rules, you're just not allowed in the session. And so I'm not like trying to be spiteful or anything. You're just not allowed in the session, that's all. Those are the rules. Poor summer kid.
All
When
right.
will you learn? That was pointless. What the frick? After this, I might go outside. It looks kind of nice outside. I need to get a walk. Can't just play games all day. You have to be active. Physically active. There she blows. Alright, we need to get up to Spirit Blade 3. That didn't work. That worked. Did you like Dauntless? I give Dauntless a delicious 3 out of 10 for being a complete ripoff of someone else's original ideas, introducing nothing new, terrible graphics, terrible frame rate, and being a free-to-play cash grab. But that upset people. That rating, really, people did not like it. So, I don't know what to do about that.
Keep yourself together.
Everybody's like, you're just a jerk. I think somebody called me a beta male. I can't remember. I think somebody called me a beta male in the live stream for not liking the game. I don't remember if that happened or if I'm just imagining it. Or maybe I misread it. I was like, what? I think he was like comparing me to another YouTuber or something, so I wasn't quite sure if I understood. You don't like the game? Beta male. Gameconomist, when you want to join the fun, but you're a lower ranked noob who level 14 and you know that you will get wrecked. I don't even think you're allowed to join at level 14. So if you want to join at level 16, you are totally welcome to join. I do not discriminate. In fact, you can join my group personally, meaning we'll actually... Oh no, this is going to hit me. You can actually join my actual run and be in the run and be on the live screen team. But you got to be, I think, Hunter rank 16 in order to join. So get to 16 and contact me on Discord, and we'll get you on the live. We'll get you in the live stream. I think that would be fun, helping somebody who literally is quite low in the game, helping them get a win against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. She's really not hard. I really believe that. She's not that hard. You should try the Neo 2 Alpha. Neo. Is that a PlayStation exclusive? I'm trying to remember. I think it is, right? I never played the first one because I was so busy with Dark Souls. Everybody like stopped playing Dark Souls to go play Neo, but I was all about Dark Souls. I just didn't care about Neo. Although, the thing is, Dark Souls 4 is not out. And, we don't know if we're getting Bloodborne ever. Yeah.
Keep looking.
Go ahead and
Don't
sharpen.
let up. We're bound to pick up the trail somewhere.
Alpha is the first and worst version from something, and beta is the more evolved version. Oh, okay. Type in Discord to join in.
Look!
I'm not sure what he's saying there. I'm not in my Discord server at the moment. Let me open my Discord server. Is somebody contacting me? Is that what you're saying? I'm like playing on the internet and talking to you guys. Oh, good. I thought that was going to miss. Oh, that's too bad. It's kind of a waste. Alright, well, let's get to Spirit Blade 3. Now. Okay, no, I wasn't really contacted.
Watch yourself!
Ah, I thought I could. That would have been so cool. Good work. Don't lose track of her. Alright, we're going to have to get a lot of damage on her tail to break that tail. And then after we're done with the tail, we really got to focus her horns really well. So we don't want to mess up any of our crowd controls. If anyone's running back to get crowd control, looks like Shanks is. So we don't want to mess any of that up. So go ahead and drink our demon drug. We're going to get our damage up here.
Get out there and show us how it's done.
Alright, we're going to put on our fireproof mantle. We're going to get real serious because we're on Pursuit 3, which means that we could actually legit mess this up. Get a little mount damage there. Oh, he still trampled me. Oh no. Please don't target me a second time. We're good. She's gonna blow some fire. We're gonna smack her in the tail. We didn't get the Spirit Blade, that's okay. She's gonna lunge. Alright, so very likely the first thing they'll do is put her to sleep. I have my barrel bombs ready for this. One of the best ways to get a lot of damage on her is when she's going to sleep. There we go, we got Spirit Blade 3. Tail's still not broken.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Terror Boy using the smack. Shank's putting her to sleep? Imagine he is. That looks like sleep. Oh, she probably has a higher sleep threshold right now. That's probably what's going on. Perfect.
Watch yourself!
I don't know if I actually hit her in the head. I don't think I did. Oh, well, I didn't get the double blow up. That's too bad. Also, Shanks is a bit off there. I wonder if he actually got that. Terror Boy going for the leg there. Come on, guys, we're gonna run out of time. I agree. I don't don't know if that, I don't think that hit her horns. I think that
Watch
hit her.
yourself.
Tail broken, good job on that. I don't think we hit her head at all. We got the mount. So she's gonna run down to this pole next. Nice job. Oh, we didn't get the last swipe? Really?
Watch yourself.
Sucks. Feel sorry for the Lance user. He's not going to get anything done. Good job on the KO. And the horns are broken. Not that, it really wasn't that hard actually. So Pursuit 3, even then, it was going pretty well. It's because nobody died. You know, we got plenty of barrel bombs off on her, and everyone was just using their strong attacks. We also got, we got the mount pretty quickly. That was good. And after Kulve Taroth fell over from the mount, we were also able to KO her. Shanks was KOing with the, what is it called, arc shot. So everything went pretty smoothly. Alright, Gasp Mask Man says, Gameconomist, any advice for someone, me, who just got able to fight Nergigante but is soloing him, or should I just wing it? I'm fairly new to the game, but I know my way around it, sorta. Okay, so I'm assuming you're fighting regular Nergigante, is that right? You could ask somebody to join you and help you. They should understand how to quickly cheese a monster. Or when you're talking about winging it, you're talking about just struggling through until you finally figure him out. What I would say is if you're trying to figure out a new monster, take your time and watch the monster's moveset. The sooner you understand a monster's moveset, the better you'll do. This is because, really, once you can attack a monster and not have that monster hurt you back, the fight's pretty much just a matter of time at that point. So yeah, understanding the monster's moveset's is a big deal. Also, you can look on my channel for a complete Nergigante guide. The complete Nergigante guide will give you a breakdown of his moveset, and it'll go in depth about his mechanics. It is like 30 minutes long though, so it's up to you to watch that. You don't have to. You could just wing it. Dragon Razor says, Gameconomist, is fine I ask somebody to help with some Elder Dragon so I can boost my rank. I'm also a Lance main. I prefer bowguns and lances. Oh, very cool. That's why I used. Dragon Razor says in the Discord. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't host. I stream every day now, Monster Hunter World, and I stream other things, Minecraft. Maybe I'll be streaming some Dauntless. Maybe I'll be streaming Monster Hunter GU, but I will be streaming Monster Hunter World pretty much every day until Iceborne comes out. So feel free, if you want to watch some more live streams, feel free to follow me. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these rewards. And let's see what they turn into. Nope, nope. Alright, so that was one run? That was one run with no rewards. Terrorboy says Zoran's back. That's okay because we're at the end of the stream. I'm trying to remember if there's anything I wanted to say before we went. Yeah, we covered all the weapons. Let's just take a brief look at the Longsword build I did again. Okay, nice little Longsword build. You'll notice I don't have two versions of the build, one for stages 1, 2, 3, one for stages 4. I just use the same build for the whole run. Honestly, it's because I think that Kulve Taroth is not so difficult that you have to like optimize. So this is, you could make a second build where you remove Part Breaker and you bring more, you know, like the Kulve Taroth Ire Alpha, something like that to get you crit boost. But yeah, there you go. All the weapons, we'll be doing the last 4 weapons tomorrow. I think we'll be doing 4 more weapons tomorrow, okay? Alright, I'm going to head out, guys. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.